Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have Tom and Huck. Just the first names, no last names. Tom Sawyer and Huck Finn on an adventure together. It's actually sort of a weird compilation of their adventures. I'm not a big expert on Tom Sawyer and Huck Finn stories. I read my share of them when I was a kid, but yeah, I recognize little bits here and there, and certain characters that, flow throughout this thing. But this seems to be sort of like at least it feels to me like it's a greatest hits. I didn't do a whole lot of research on it, so I can't really tell you that this is exactly what that is. But it feels like it. So it has Jonathan Taylor Thomas as Tom Sawyer, and Huck Finn is played by Brad Renfro. Both young, they're early in their careers. This is probably during or before Home Improvement for Jonathan Taylor Thomas. And we also have a bunch of other character actors we've seen through a bunch of other things. We got, let's say, Charles Rocket is the judge. He's just, you've seen him in a billion things. Michael McShane, he plays Muff, and he's the town drunk, which you got to have one of those, obviously, in every town. And also you got, why can't I say her name? Come on, Rachel Lee Cook as Becky. She's adorable in this, and this is early in her career as well. Unless I can't remember if she did anything when she was a little, but she's maybe about 12 here. So, yeah, same with Jonathan Taylor Thomas. It's not the greatest acted movie in the world, but if you want a big old adventure with these classic characters that you want to show your kids, this is pretty much as wholesome as it can get, but it also has, some little scary action bits here and there, and your share of racism. So, because the big bad in this is Injun Joe. Yeah. I'm sure nobody meant any harm by calling him Injun Joe, but that's just, you probably don't want to call somebody that by that name these days. But back then, if you read the books, there was no shortage of certain slurs being used for certain characters. We won't go into that right now. But yeah, Injun Joe is on the hunt. He's been hired by a guy to dig up a grave, along with Muff, and they find this grave, and out of it tumbles a map to a treasure that they believe belongs to this certain person that they've just dug up. Well, it turns out that Injun Joe gets a little greedy, and he stabs the guy a bunch of times. You don't see it; it's completely bloodless. It's not vicious at all, and honestly, our two heroes, Tom and Huck, look like they're standing like inches away from this, and this guy does not see them at all. They witnessed the murder, which is pinned on Muff, the big town drunk, and the town is just ready to lynch him. And so even though there's a bunch of other little stories that thread through this, like Tom going to his own funeral, or whitewashing the fence, and tricking other kids into it. That Tom Sawyer is pretty much a charlatan. He knows how to manipulate people the way he wants in order to get them to do the things he doesn't want to do. And yeah, that's just classic Tom Sawyer. So yeah, all these little pieces are thread through this story, but the main thing is Tom and Huck witnessing this murder and deciding to do, it's not an easy choice, deciding to do what's right, and maybe trying to get the map back that was stolen, that leads to the treasure, that can prove that they were there, or they were trying to prove that Muff's innocence. And yeah, it doesn't go easily. In fact, when you think that it's all wound up, the story's all wound up, it keeps going for a little bit. So it goes a little bit longer than I expected it to. It's an hour and 31 minutes long. So it seems a little bit longer than it really is. But yeah, I think it's in an attempt to also bring a big finale confrontation between Tom and Huck and Injun Joe, so that justice is served. Obviously, that's what's going to happen here. I'm not going to tell you how, but yeah, it's again, it's not the greatest film in the world. It's if you're want to look back in your childhood, this is from 1995, by the way, and the crush you had on Jonathan Taylor Thomas, or Brad Renfro, or Rachel Lee Cook. You can look back on this right here and enjoy it on Disney Plus. Yeah, and if you want to give your kids a little quick refresher on the stories without making them read the books, which you might feel uncomfortable sharing with them due to all the certain words that are used, it's indicative of their time. But yeah, if you want to show them this, you might have a good evening to share with them here on Lockdown, Disney Plus Lockdown. Can we call it that? But yeah, have fun with Tom and Huck. It's not a complicated film, but it's a fun little adventure with very pretty people. I mean, I don't know what it is. It looks like, for me, when you first see Tom, it's like his eyes and his skin are glowing, and he's supposed to look like a street rat kind of kid who's, you know, trying to run away from home, and he's, I don't know, they made him up, they lit him and put makeup on him that made him just way too pretty, because he's still a boy, and he's got this round head that doesn't help that he has this weird bowl cut that you can see right there in the thing. So he just looks like this glowing Cupid doll kind of thing, if you know what a Cupid doll is. It's like I said, it's really weirdly lit. He should have been more rough and tumble rather than pretty in this thing. But hey, what are you gonna do? You had to sell this to the kids who are not for JTT. Yeah. All right. Let's pick tomorrow's Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. $6.99. I think we've had this one before. This feels familiar. Come on. Yeah, we did. I'll show it to you. Just so you know I'm not screwing with you, $6.99 was Three Little Pigs. I'm not doing that again. It's classic, but yeah, we only don't need to do it once. Let's pick another number. 69. I think we did this one too. Come on. Scroll. Yep, we did. $6.99 and 69, like back to back. That just seems weird. What was this? 69 was day 6. It was Boundin'. Wow, that was like, no, day 66. That was, yeah, Boundin' was a short we had way back. All right, let's pick it again. 4:30. Maybe just have 4:30. I don't know. I'm sure you're loving this. The drama is just increasing. Yeah, we have 4:30. Come on. 4:30 was Pixar in real life. Yeah, look, I don't have the greatest memory, but I am remembering these numbers correctly. That wasn't too long ago. 7:27. All right, we're really digging deep on this one. 7:27 toward the end. Oh, okay. Like I said the other day with High School Musical 3, I tend to get the sequels before I get the originals. In this case, I got the sequel again. 7:27 is Twitches 2. Not Twitches, but Twitches 2. I have no idea what either one of those are. Yeah. So, yeah, we're going to watch Twitches 2. Hopefully there's not a whole big complex backstory that we're going to have to catch up on or not ever understand until we see Twitches, the original, which is going to happen at some point. But not today. Twitches 2, or tomorrow. Twitches 2 tomorrow on the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you then. Bye.